What is going on? We're live. I want to make sure I'm not snowing out here. And this was somewhat expected. I knew that we might get a little bit of snow. I thought it was going to happen while I was sleeping, but it's lasting throughout the morning. And we are supposed to get some pretty heavy rain and wind. The wind is already picking up, but we're supposed to get some pretty heavy rain after this with potential flooding on the coast. And I live about 20 minutes from the coast, so I don't have to worry about the actual flooding, but I will get the rain that I'm not too excited about. But at this point, I think I would rather have rain than snow, just because if you look, the trees are starting to get green. Like, they're trying. The leaves are starting to come in. This is the latest that I have ever had snow in my life. May 9th. We've had a couple, we had an April Fool's Day snowstorm, I remember, and that was pretty late. That's April 1st for us in the United States. And I remember that was pretty crazy. We got a foot of snow. Of course, we use feet in the United States. And the earliest I remember getting a foot of snow was a couple years ago for Halloween, which is October 31st. So May 9th is just insane, insane. I'll show you, I have to trim this, but I'll show you some beautiful flowers coming in on this bush. And I don't think any of the plants will be hurt. I think it'll be fine because it is supposed to warm up a little bit. Hello, everyone. It's spring in the United States. It should be, but it's not. It's not. And some nice yellow flowers coming in right here. And they should be fine. I don't think we're going to be actually freezing here. The temperature is right now, I think it's like 33 or 34 degrees. So, yeah, Eric, the snow is staying on the ground for right now. We're supposed to be getting some rain soon. I hope you can hear me all right. I'm using my AirPods, but they're kind of tucked under my hat because it's a bit cold out here. I don't have my gloves on. The crazy thing, and if you live in a cold climate, you might do the same thing. But when you think winter is over, you store. Oh, great. Thank you, Yusef. I bet it's not snowing in Turkey right now. Um, you store away your winter clothes. You put them in boxes, maybe in the attic or in the garage. And so I had to dig out my winter hat and my winter coat because we're already getting ready for spring. And Mother Nature has other plans for us right now. Snowing. Yeah, it is beautiful. There's no question. It's beautiful. And I can understand if you don't live in a place that has snow, you're probably thinking, oh, it's beautiful. But we've had snow for the last several months, and I'm ready for the beautiful colors of spring. But this is kind of crazy. I guess in a year with COVID-19, a national worldwide pandemic, that it's only fitting that we have snow. Oh, the wind is howling. Yeah, the wind is howling. My wife is on here apparently now. What's up, Jamie? Yeah, the wind's howling. I think it's going to get a little worse. It's going to change over to rain. Yeah, maybe I'll try to get by the house where it's not so windy. But I don't know if you've heard. Apparently, these came from somewhere in Asia. but a lot of Americans are talking about how we now have murder hornets. Have you guys heard of these things? So we have COVID-19, everybody has, and some hornets that came from somewhere else. We have not had murder hornets until this year, and now there's a big buzz about murder hornets. Maybe I'll talk about murder hornets on my live stream. But yeah, 2020 is a year that I think we'll all never forget. What is going on? It's hard to see the chat. Oh, why don't I wear a face mask? That's a good question. The reason I'm not wearing a face mask, there is nobody else out here. I don't have to wear a face mask if I'm just walking in my neighborhood. It's only if I go inside a building where other people are, a store, something like that. I'm lonely, but I don't mind too much. Yeah, the birds aren't even out. My neighbor just left. He quickly, my neighbor originally from Canada, he quickly wiped off his car and he left. He doesn't want to stay out here either. In fact, my hands are getting a little cold. I'll see. It looks like some things are being said in the chat. I will try to answer any questions that might be there. Oh, you saw the murder hornets. Yeah. We had killer bees in the South. I guess killer bees, the name wasn't bad enough. Somebody had to change it to murder hornets. So murder sounds so much worse, but oh, there is one bird. I hear him. It's it's a blackbird that we call a crow, and they're here all winter. But all the pretty birds, all the ones that make the nice songs, yeah, they're not around. My hands are cold. Oh, thank you. Snow. Oh, snow is unexpected in Turkey, but it happens. Ooh. Hey, Cecilia, what's going on? Right. Eric brings up a good point about fruit trees. In my climate, where I live, it's probably a lot like in France. Our fruit trees actually produce the best fruit in the fall. So apples, blueberries for fruit bushes, those are big in my area. Luckily, if this had happened in Florida, the oranges would definitely be compromised. It would be hard for the oranges to survive something like this, I would think. A few years ago, that happened in Florida where they had cold snap and the price of orange juice went up. Might have been 10 years ago now. But so I think I'm going to wrap this thing up because my hands are pretty cold. I only have so many hands and I have to switch them off from pocket to pocket. So, yeah, Cecilia, you're welcome. And I figured, when is the next time that I will be able to do a live video in May when it's snowing? So, yeah, I think yeah, Sergey's even saying snow. Like, even in Russia, right? There's no snow. By the way, if you are watching from Russia, happy Victory Day, 75 years ago today, May 9th. We call it VE Day in the United States, VE Day, victory over the European theater. No, I didn't grab my gloves. I figured I was only going to be out here for a couple minutes. So I live in the state of Maine. So it's pretty far north. We are only about a 2-hour drive from the Canadian border. So we're right up there. We are 2 hours north of Boston, and we're 6 hours north of New York City. So we are pretty far north. I don't think New York City is seeing this. Some of my friends in Massachusetts, they are saying maybe upstate New York. That's a good point. Yeah, upstate New York is probably seeing it. The temperature, I don't know in Celsius, but it is 33 degrees Fahrenheit, 34 degrees. So it's actually above freezing. But because it must be so cold up there that the clouds are producing snow and it's falling on the grass as snow. But, you know, the street is warmer. So the street's warmer, so it's not sticking to that. But let's see, any last second questions, and then I'm gonna go inside. Oh, nice, Cooperstown, Baseball Hall of Fame. Ah, thank you. I do plan to stay warm, that's for sure. How is it in Brazil? I know Brazil is getting ready for fall, but I'm sure there's no snow in Brazil right now. My gosh. All right, thank you all for tuning in. I think there will be subtitles available for this live stream a little bit later, and I'll make sure that they are accurate because with the wind, I bet YouTube won't be able to understand a lot of what I'm saying. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm going to